Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Winn and you are tuned into Cooking with Winn. Into this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make Liberian kidney beans. So for my kidney beans today, I'm going to be using tilapia fish. In here, I have dry turkey, fowl chicken, beef cube, cow skin, and beef liver. So you can use any fish of your choice and you can use any meat of your choice, alright? And I'm going to be using this much habanero pepper, 1 onion, tomato paste, 1 garlic, and 2.5 cups of vegetable oil. And for my seasoning today, I'll be using chicken flavor bouillon, 1 vita cube, adobo or purple seasoning, and black pepper. So I'm going to be using the Goya red kidney beans today, and I'm going to be using 4 cans. You can use the pre-cooked kidney beans or you can get the dry kidney beans that's in a bag. With that, you're just gonna have to cook it longer. It's gonna take you more time to cook. But if you don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, you can just use the pre-cooked kidney beans that's in a can. But either way, it's fine. You can use the pre-cooked kidney beans in a can, or you can use the dry kidney beans that's in a bag. So these are the ingredients I'll be using to make my Liberian kidney beans today. If you want to learn how to make this meal, stay tuned and keep watching. Once you have your meat and your fish all cleaned up, you want to go ahead and season it. So I'll be adding in some adobo or purple seasoning, black pepper, and I'll be adding in some chicken flavor bouillon. I'm going to put this much in here, and I'm going to put this much on this. So once you're done adding your seasoning to the meat, you can go ahead and add water to it and take it to the stove, okay? So I'm adding 4 cups of water on this, or you can just add the water to cover the meat. I'm gonna add a little more water. I'm gonna take this to the stove and cook it for 25 to 30 minutes. So once you take your meat to the stove, you can go ahead and mix your seasoning with the fish together. You can use your hands, or you can just use your tongue. Use your clean hands. I like to work on my hands because I feel like I'm able to mix my seasoning and my fish better. But if you don't want to use your hands, you can use your tongue or a spoon or whatever that works for you. Alright, so now I'm done seasoning my fish. I'm going to take this to the fridge and have it sit in the fridge until I'm ready for it. I have my peppers in here. I'm going to add in my 1 garlic and my onion. I'm going to cover this and then I'll be blending my peppers, my onion, and my garlic together. I'm going to set this aside and heat up my oil. Once my oil is ready, I'll be adding this to the pot. So I went ahead and put my pot on the stove. I'm going to be adding my oil. You don't want to add too much oil because if you add a lot of oil, once your soup is ready, the oil is going to sit on top of your soup. I'm going to wait for my oil to get hot. Once it's hot, I'm going to be adding my blended peppers and onions. So my oil is ready. I'm going to be adding in my peppers and onions. So once you have your peppers in here, you can go ahead and stir into the oil. I'm going to just let this fry for a few minutes. So while this is frying, I'll go ahead and drain the water off of my beans. So you see the water that's on the beans? I like to drain this water off from the beans before cooking it. So when I drain the water, it's what I usually do. I just like run a little bit of cold water on it just to get rid of some of the water. Like I said, I don't like to cook my beans with the water from the can because I feel like it's been sitting in the can for so long. Like I don't know when to put it in the can, so figure out the best way is to just get rid of the water, rinse it out, and then cook it. If you want to cook your beans with the water on it, you can go ahead and do so. But for me, I just like to drain my water, rinse it off with some fresh cool water, and then let the water drain from the beans before adding it to my pot. Now that I'm done rinsing my beans, I'm going to just let it sit here for a few minutes and let the water drain off. And while it's draining, I'm checking my pots and add in my seasoning and my tomato paste. Alright, so I'm gonna stir this, and I'll add in my tomato paste. I'm gonna add 2 eating spoons of tomato paste, stir it in, and see if I need to add more. I'll be adding in 1 more spoon. If you don't want to add tomato paste on your kidney beans, you don't have to. I just like to add tomato paste because I grew up adding tomato paste to my kidney beans, and I also like the color that the tomato paste gives the beans. I took some of my oil out, guys, because I realized that it was too much. If you don't have a deep fryer, you need to fry your fish first before adding your blended peppers and onions into the oil. But I didn't do that because I have a deep fryer and I'll be frying my fish in my deep fryer. That's why I went ahead and added my blended peppers and onions into the oil. I think this much tomato paste is okay, so I'm gonna just give this 5 to 6 minutes to fry. And once it's ready, I'll be adding in my seasoning and then add in my beans. So my meat is ready, so I'm gonna turn the stove off and I'll check on my peppers and onions. Alright, so I'll be checking on my peppers and my onions. Make sure they don't burn, okay? So I'll take the broth or the water from on this meat and I'll add it into my pot. And you just want to stir it, mix it in, add your seasoning. I'm gonna add in my 1 feta cube, a little bit of chicken flavor bouillon, I'm gonna add in adobo or purple seasoning, and I'm gonna just stir it. And now I'll be adding in my beans. So I have my beans here all drained. I'm gonna just add it into the pot, and I'll just add the meat as well. Once you have your meat, your beans, and your seasoning on this, you can go ahead and fry your fish. So I'm gonna add in a little more water. And once I add in my extra water, I'm gonna just stir this. So I'm gonna let this cook and I'm gonna move over to frying my fish. So I have my fish in here. I will just go ahead and fry it, and once it's ready, I'll be adding it into my soup. Alright, so I'm gonna check on my soup. I'm gonna stir it to make sure it's not burning the bottom. So at this point, you can go ahead and taste your soup, adjust the seasoning, make sure it's well seasoned. If it is, leave it alone and let it continue cooking. If it's not, go ahead and adjust it according to your preference. Alright, so now I'm done frying my fish. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my fish. So once you have the fish in, just stir into the soup and just let it continue cooking. You want to let it cook till the water reduce or till the water dry, but you don't want the water to dry completely. So I have my fish in here. I adjusted my seasoning. The only thing left is my turkey. I'm gonna add my turkey later on. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna be checking on my soup. Now the water has reduced a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my dry turkey. So once you add your turkey, you can stir it into the soup. So I'm not gonna dry my kidney beans completely because I don't like it when it's completely dry. So I'm gonna just leave a little bit of liquid in it. Like this much liquid is fine. So I have my turkey in here. I'm gonna just give this 2 minutes, and after the 2 minutes, my soup will be ready. So guys, my beans is all done and ready. Once you have everything in and the water has reduced, this is how it's gonna be. So like this is the consistency of the liquid you want. You can dry your beans completely if you want, but I don't like to dry mine all the way. I like to leave some water in it because I feel like if the water dries completely, the beans get really thick, and I don't like my beans thick. So but however you want your beans, you can go ahead and make it that way. But yeah, so far this is it. Once you reach to this stage, that means your beans is ready. But I'm gonna go ahead and plate this with rice, and I will show you guys the final product. So guys, this is my Liberian kidney beans. I have it plated with rice. So once your beans is ready, this is how it's gonna look, okay? So what you wanna do is get some soup, add it to the rice, mix it, and there. So guys, this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos, like and share with your friends and family, and leave me a comment if you have any question or concern. I appreciate you guys as always, and I will see you guys in my next video.